So earlier today, it was injection day. I took my injection earlier this morning, and I went back to taking name brand Zepbound. I have been taking the compounded, and as of Wednesday, I am now back to Zepbound, and I'm back on the Zepbound 2.5 milligrams. Normally, when you are switching from compounded sometimes and you're going back to the, I don't want to say the regular Zepbound, they recommend that you start at the um, lowest dosage. And it just depends on where you're at. Me, I'm on the 2.5, and I was going between the 2.5, and I tried the 5 milligrams a couple of times to see how I would do on that. And I did okay, but I started back at the 2.5 milligrams because that's what the doctor gave to me. And I'm not one to argue with my doctor. I'm very excited to be back taking the name brand because I really want to make a comparison between the two to see what works the best. I have used the compounded the most since I have been on my weight loss journey. And I noticed that I just really could not tell the difference between the two when I first went back and forth. So the compounded was cheaper, so that is where I stayed. And when I could afford to get the Zepbound or the name brand, then I would. I'm not one that feels like the name brand is better just because it is the name brand. I basically go by if the medication works for me or not. I started this journey off at 244 pounds. I'm now down to 198 pounds. And I started this in November. So it's been November, December, January, February, March, April, May, and now part of June. So it's been about 7.5 months that I have been taking the medication, and I have been using terzipatide. I've been using the lowest dose, 2.5 milligrams, during this time, and I did try to go up a couple of times to the 5 milligrams, which I did. I haven't really had a doctor that had been helping me because my doctor kind of just put me on the medication and left me to myself. And so I have kind of just done this alone myself, watching others and just learning from that. I've done a little bit of split dosing since I started, and also I've done a little bit of microdosing along the way. And I have had very good results from both of these techniques that I did try. Also, with giving the injections, I have given the injections in, I think, everywhere that you can give them. I've given the injections around my navel, around my midsection here, upper, lower, middle, on each side, and then there and there. Also, I've given injections in my arms and injections in my thighs. I really can't tell any difference between where I get the best what I want to say, get the best suppression from when I take my injection. I hear a lot of people talking about that also. Let's see, this week, going back to the 2.5 milligrams, I have been having like some stomach aches, some stomach cramps, a little bit of nausea feeling that comes and goes occasionally. I really haven't had a lot of insomnia or anything like that. No dry mouth that I can remember. Like I said, it's just been just a little bit of the nauseous feeling. And I have some appetite suppression. I was wondering if I was still going to have appetite suppression on the 2.5 milligrams of the Zepbound since I had, been taking this 2.5 for so long. I was going to go ahead and ask my new doctor because I do have a new physician, and he is helping me with the medication. I'm going to have an appointment with him in about a month, and so that we can go over everything, how it's going, and he can give me some more different stats and everything. I still have not been able to get my stats off of my other programs like Me 360 and the other programs that I was using to track myself before I switched phones. So as soon as I'm able to do that, then I will be able to compare the two. I have been keeping track on Me 360 from and I want to say from my latest um, uh, weigh-ins and different things like that. So I'm very excited to where I'm at on my journey. I'm looking forward, you know, to what the future holds for me. I am one who's not wanting to stay on the medication for lifetime. So it just depends on how my journey goes as to how this is going to turn out for me. I will soon be 71 years old. And when I first started this medication, I was very worried about sarcopenia. Was very worried if I was going to be able to exercise like I was going to have to on this medication, because there are certain things that you have to do in order to reap the best benefits from this. And exercise and strength training is one of those things. I've been making sure that I've been hitting my protein goals with a minimum of 100 grams of protein per day is kind of what I'm averaging. Sometimes I do go above that. I think one day I did get like 140, something else 150. And I don't want to say it wasn't as hard to do as I thought it was in order to get a higher amount of protein in. I have been putting together my protein shakes and adding in my collagen powder and different things of that, so that I make sure I hit my calorie goal and my protein goal at the end of the day, if it's necessary for me to do that, if I haven't eaten enough protein through the day. So there are different ways that you can get your protein in. Also, I'm making sure that I'm staying very hydrated, making sure I'm getting enough water, enough liquids in. That is important also, because I want to be able to like flush the food through my system also, because the GLP-1 is slowing down the gastric emptying, but you can help that along somewhat by your water intake and with exercise also. But anyhow, I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I do along the way in order to reach my goals. And I'm really looking forward to compare between the two how the journeys have been, because I've been on the compounded long enough where I can make a really good comparison between the compounded tirzepatide and then the Zepbound. So I am really looking forward to sharing this with you. Anyhow, this is Keto Granny saying I will see you in the next video. And yes, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and make sure that you give the video a thumbs up. That way YouTube knows that you're watching my content, you find the content to be interesting, and also share this content with someone that you think it will benefit them. It will benefit me, because it'll make my YouTube push my videos out in the algorithm, which is what I'm really, really wanting to do. My channel has been monetized, so now I just got to keep the videos coming so that I can get my views up. So anyhow, this is Keto Granny. I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video. And like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Anyhow, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
I didn't see that coming.